We're going to be painting a pink pig today. So you should have your canvas. It's vertical on your easel. There should be a little piece of chalk sitting next to it. You have your plate, and there's red and white, black and blue. You have your paper towel, and you have your water. There are 3 brushes we have. We have the large red brush, small red brush, and then there's a yellow handle brush. So make sure you do have 3 brushes. Every time you are done painting, please put the brushes in the water with the hair soaking. This paint will dry on your brush and ruin it. When you pull it out, you've got to make sure that you go straight to your paper towel and dab it on the paper towel, because if you don't dab it, it's going to make very wet paint and it's going to drip. So the first thing you've got to look at is your canvas. Please remember your canvas has edges. So we're going to be painting the bottom, the sides, the top, all the edges around all of your canvas. The first color we're going to start with is the blue. So get your big red brush out of the water. Make sure that you dab it on the paper towel. You're going to dip it in the blue. It's like a purple blue. And you're going to smear this all over your canvas. So you need to make sure that you smear out. You don't want any globs of paint. If you have globs of paint, it's going to take a longer time for it to dry. Even with the blow dryer, it tends to take longer. So once you get it on there, spread it out all over your canvas. You should be able to tell it's dry. It's usually not shiny anymore. So chalk. Now this is important to know. Chalk, I can erase the chalk on the canvas, but please let Miss Lawson do it. So raise your hand if you need me to fix your pig and wipe off some of the chalk, because it will make a mess if you just don't do it the right way. So everybody's gonna get their chalk. The first thing we're gonna draw is the circle head. Now be careful, it has pointy ears, so we wanna leave some room for the ears. And it's probably, I mean, that's a pretty big circle. It's bigger than a donut. So that is the head. Once we get the head, I'm gonna move my camera so I can do the bottom. I'm gonna make it long. It does have a long, funny neck, yes. The neck all the way to the bottom. Now the ears. Our pig has one ear folded up and one ear folded down. So the ear up is gonna go on one side, and it's a triangle. And the other ear is folded down. Now be careful, because you don't want to come too far, because you know you'll cover the eye and the nose. And this ear is going to kind of go above the head. This triangle, because it's folded over. So this little line right here, we're not going to worry about it. We're going to paint over that line, so do not worry. So once you have your circle, your triangles, and your neck, Miss Lawson will come collect the chalk. Please remember, if you don't like, your circle or your line, please let me know. I'll fix it for you, and so you can redo it. So the next part we're going to be doing is using the pink. Now we don't have, if we have pink, then we're going to use pink. If Miss Lawson didn't have pink, I've had put red and white on your plate, and we're going to have to mix it. So your big red brush had blue, so you need to make sure you bounce it off the bottom of your cup. Get all the blue off, dab it on your paper towel, because we don't want to make a purple pig. Then you're gonna go to your red and white, and you're gonna mix it on your, you're gonna be careful. You don't wanna have a red pig, you wanna have a pink pig. So make sure you mix it up in that white. Okay, so once you've got a pink color, you're gonna paint it on here. So I'm gonna follow the circle. And yes, you're gonna cover that up, but you're gonna follow this part. we are gonna outline that again once we get with our black. Okay, now that we have our pig all blow dried and dry, this is what we're gonna do. Miss Lawson's gonna come around with a little tray and a sponge. This is where we're gonna make our eyes. So I only have one, so I will come to you when I come to you. You're gonna make sure the sponge has white paint on it, and you're going to put one eye, get a little more paint, two eyes. So you need to make sure that you wait for Miss Lawson to come do that. Again, because we're gonna be sharing the white sponge. So once we do that, we're gonna then move on to the yellow brush. So you need a small yellow brush, and we're gonna be using the black paint. Now we wanna stay away from the eyes because they are still drying. With the black paint, we are gonna start drawing the details of our pig. So the first thing we wanna do is we wanna go back over that ear. So I'm gonna outline it. Now again, I don't wanna go on the eye. Then I'm gonna follow that down the side of my neck. Then go back up. Now that this is dry, we're gonna get back to our yellow brush and black paint. Make sure that you dab off all the water on the paper towel. Then we're gonna get a little more black paint. Now we have to add the eyeball. So you have to think, where do I want my pig to look? Do I want my pig to look to the left? Do I want my pig to look to the right? Do I want my pig to look up or down, or just straight ahead? So you're gonna draw a black dot. Now, if you want to add eyelashes, you can add eyelashes or maybe an eyebrow. So you've got to think about it. I'm going to add some eyelashes to my little pig. So before we add our initials, we're going to switch brushes. So put your yellow brush up, and you're going to get the small red brush, and we're going to use the black paint still. And we're gonna add stripes to the background. Now be careful, I don't wanna go over my pig. I wanna start on one side and go across. Then I'm gonna hit the pig, jump over the pig, come out the other side. Hit the pig, jump over the pig. We're gonna put that brush up. We're gonna switch back to the small red brush, dab off all the water. Small yellow brush. And the last step is gonna be adding our initials. So we don't wanna write our name across the pig. If you don't know your initials, Miss Lawson will help you, but my initials are BL. It's just gonna let everybody know who painted this beautiful pig. So it's just in the corner, not across the actual pig. Then you're gonna make sure you are ready for cleanup. So if we have time, we'll blow dry this one more time at the yellow table. While we're blow drying it, your plate and your paper towel, these are both trash, so make sure these go in the trash can. There is a place in the small sink, you're gonna see a place to put your brushes. You're gonna dump out the water and throw your cup away. Then make sure all trash is picked up around you.